I am an Iron Man. Every potion, food, supply that I use to PvM, I have to get myself. Today, we are going back to Corp, the first boss ever in this game to really drain my supplies. Normally, the upkeep is food. Today, we are going to be doing a different method, one that most Iron Men would be afraid of. We are going to be using brews at Corporeal Beasts to speed up our kills per hour. I am now 2,000 Corp kills deep, 200 hours into my grind towards the Elysian, a 1 in 4,000 drop from Corp. Corp is very repetitive and relatively slow, but there's actually interesting mechanics to him to increase the kills per hour. The number one most important and well-known mechanic from Corporeal Beast is the obvious: Corp hits hard. Today, we are going to be focused on Corp's healing mechanic. My Iron Man is the only one allowed in the room to kill Corp. Every time I tele out, nobody else is left in the room. Every time there's nobody else in the room, Corporeal Beast heals every 7 ticks. Corp used to heal 25 HP every 7 ticks, not a huge deal. That update only lasted 1 week. There was an update following that made Corp start to heal at 75 HP on his healing tick, and then 85, 95, etc., all the way back to full. This has always been the most punishing mechanic towards Iron Men. Even getting 10.5 kills per hour, my biggest time loss is by leaving the room mid-kill to get more food. Corp heals so much during that time. Think about it. I have to teleport to Narda, restore my stats, then go through the tele animation back to the bank, withdraw my food, and then the tele animation back to Corp. Even tick perfect, this takes about 15 seconds. 15 seconds is 25 ticks, which is 255 HP or sometimes even 360 HP that Corp will heal while I'm gone. The only true way to consistently avoid this healing mechanic is to dip into the supply that we've created while skilling. My Brew, Super Combat, Super Strength, and Super Restore stacks. If you're wondering where I got most of these pots from, just a friendly reminder from when we grinded out our Shadow back in the day. It took us 70 purples, which also gave us 1k Snapdragon and Toadflax seeds, plus more. I have slowly grown these over time during breaks from PvM. And so, finally, that's how we got to having this rainbow inventory. It took me a while to get happy with the amount of each potion I was bringing, but for now, there were some brews, some restores, some super combats, and even some hard food. This blue potion up here is the only reason this method is viable. It is called a Menophyte Remedy, also made from the ingredients from Toa. The Menophyte Remedy works the exact way overloads do in Chambers and Tombs of Amasket. Every 15 seconds, there is a tick that your stats get renewed by 20 levels. Overloads and such work for post-level 99, but this only works for pre-level 99. One dose lasts for 5 minutes, which is basically 1 kill. One brew heals us 64 HP in 1 inventory slot, versus the normal 18 from Coambams. With enough of these each trip, we can avoid Corp's healing mechanic. Never have to leave the room during the kill. Here is 2100 KC. I have been doing a lot of small sessions of only 1 to 2 hours at a time due to focusing on other things. But finally, at 2.2k KC, I've had a chance to lock in a few hours session to see a proper KPH. One big change I made now versus when I originally started using brews is when I realized how many super combats I was sipping, I replaced them with super strengths. Since Corp is 0 defense, being 99 attack isn't that much different than 118. It's less than a percentage of DPS. Here is 2.229 KC. I also started bringing switches to spec Corp down. The reasoning is when I was originally using 5 brews per kill, it wasn't actually enough. That inventory back then also had my Rolos and Maul in it, which I never use after I'm done speccing. Now, when I hit 2 Mauls and 4 Rollos for Corp to be 0 defense, instead of attacking him, because I know when I telly out that he will heal 300 HP, I instead insta-telly out and bank my Maul and Rollos for 2 extra inventory slots, plus my imbued heart since I'm brewed down and can only use once per 5 minutes. Banking before starting each kill opens 3 more inventory slots to fit more food and brews. I don't want to say this would guarantee make it so that we can kill Corp in one trip, because Corp is unpredictable, but it makes it extremely likely. This is how we can avoid that 300 HP healing mechanic. It's been over an hour now, but I will say, there is a very realistic possibility that with this setup, this finalized setup, we can average 11.8 to 12 kills per hour. Sometimes even 7 brews isn't enough to take down a 2000 HP beast. But a cannon and thrall can. That's 2238 KC. $2250 KC, 3-minute 45-second kill. Pretty good. I've pretty much never dropped below 11 kph since starting this, and our KC has been flying, 2300 now. The Onyx Bolt stack has also been going up. Brews or not, I started this grind over 200 hours ago, and this has been the most punishing in terms of deaths. My deaths coffer used to be 100 mil. Now it is under 15 mil. That's right, I spent 85 mil in deaths at Corp over 2.4k kills. I hate getting rid of dupes as I want my bank value to read 100 bill one day, but it's finally time to up the deaths coffer. I am getting rid of my dupe Avernic Treads for extra bank space that I got during Doom, and all of my dupe Oathplate pieces. Funnily enough, both of these were pretty much at an all-time high, so I want to say I chose the best time. Goodbye to my treads for 247 mil. And honestly, the price of Oathplate was so shocking to me. They were 100 mil each in the deaths coffer. I decided to keep my 3 legs and only add the plate body, just because I have a hard time believing that I'll be using all of this deaths coffer GP. Surely I don't end up having to do 20,000 corpse, right? That left me with 370 mil in my deaths coffer. Let's see how long it lasts. Please get the kill. Oh my god, 2500 KC! We did it! Not to worry either, unlike Vard, I can actually make it back to Corp and pick up my drop. No! 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 2,500 kills, 1,700 since my last sigil, which was an arcane. I got a dupe. Here is the current log. 250 hours in, and still only 1 out of 3 sigils. I am not ready to give up. Seeing this sigil just reminds me that Corp does actually have drops. There is still a chance I can see 2 other types of sigils. This massive gem drop was the big 2600. Yeah, slightly different setup. I want variety. Or rather, I need variety. Everything I said up to this point for Corp still holds true in this strategy. Brews are good, avoiding the healing mechanic is good. The only difference now is that I'm using a Fang instead of Nox Halley. Because Fang is a lot more accurate than any other weapon in the game, We don't need to spend time getting Corp to 0 defense. 2 or 3 maul specs is enough. The mindset I have with this setup is I can insta-spec Corp, and instead of leaving and coming back, I don't even have to bank anything. I can immediately start attacking him, and ideally with 9 brews per trip, I will not have to leave. Is Fang better or worse DPS at Corp versus a Nox Halley? Realistically, there are so many different setups for Corp and variables that set a good or bad KPH. My max hit Fanging is 48, whereas with Nox Halley, it's 64. Fang itself is lower DPS, but not having to spec Corp with Rollo saves me some time per kill. Then, even more importantly, wearing a Fang allows me to wear a shield. The Avernic Defender is the strongest offhand weapon in the game. It's the strongest due to the accuracy buff plus 8 strength bonus. You would use this pretty much anywhere in the game when using a one-handed melee weapon. Corp, however, does not care about strength bonus. He just wants to claw your brains out. The best in slot offhand when fanging Corp, coincidentally, is the Ellie itself. Then Spectral, the other drop from Corp that I don't have yet, and then the Dragonfire Shield. The defense from all of these shields are infinitely better to tank Corp versus a little extra accuracy or strength bonus. I always told myself I wouldn't try fanging Corp until I had a Spectral or Ellie, the 2 best shields for it, but 2600 kills in, not seeing either, and with this new strat of making sure Corp never heals, I figured it's time to test. Three minutes 37 seconds. 1 kill later, exactly 6 minutes and 3 seconds. 2650 KC. So at the end of the day, is Fang or Nox Halley better? Honestly, I don't know. Use what you want. I think they are so similar, but like I mentioned earlier, there are so many factors. I think Nox Halley has a higher ceiling potential, where you're constantly moving and always dodging AoEs, versus the Fang plus shield method being much more forgiving if you want to AFK for 5 seconds to type or something. I'm doing a full 6-hour session right now with Fang and DFS just to see what my KPH will be. 6 hours of Corp makes the KC fly. 2770 KC. 6 hours later, yes, you're looking at the correct number. I averaged 12.0 kills per hour with a Fang and DFS. 3 super strengths, 9 brews, and a dream to get a 3rd sigil. After killing 72 corps in the last 6 hours, I did 1 more kill to end me at a flat 2775. 72 kills in one 6-hour session also got me rank 2 on Temple for Corp kills in one session for Irons. 1 kill away from tying rank 1 and 2 away from winning. First thing the very next morning. Oh! That is it. That's the clip. I had no other words. I was patient, but honestly, I am beginning to not like how my Corp luck is going. Here is the log. 3 arcanes, nothing else. Corp was always going to be the hardest RNG grind I've ever done in this game. I just have to keep at it. Only a handful of Ironmen are able to fully greenlog Corp without being completely lucky here. I am pacing to be one of those people. The Cannonball stack has very recently peaked above 200,000 thanks to Corp drops. 2851 KC now. What? I have double death with Corp many times before, but never that much later. Dude, this game's not real. I'm over it. I can't. I'm over it, man. You're not real. The 4th Arcane. Something that I very recently started bringing in my trips as well is I managed to pickpocket another 2 blood shards, so I added a Blood Fury to our setup. This doesn't really add any extra kills per hour since we are brewing, but the biggest benefit is that I started bringing 6 brews per trip instead of 9. I'm hopeful that one day I'll be thankful for saving this many pots. I also swapped back to Nox Howley because of the Blood Fury, because my mindset is I'll get more heals out of it due to the higher max hit. $2,930 KC, still no 5th Arcane. It's happening. The next 1,000 corps are about to be killed. I somehow recorded kill number 2,999 and 3,001, but forgot 3,000. I swear it was somewhere between these 2 kills though. Our first corp video was 1,000 kills with 1 arcane sigil. Our second corp video put us at 2,000 total kills with no new sigils, still 1 arcane total. Today, we end at 3,000 total corps and 3 new of the same sigil. 4 total arcanes and 3,000 kills now and nothing else. I hope you all enjoyed today's video. I do have some plans for leagues coming up in a couple weeks, so unfortunately I will not have another 1,000 kills for a while. That being said, I hope you all enjoyed today's video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will catch you all next time. Peace out.